Top things to see and do in Sweden. See the Vasa Museum. As one of Sweden's wonders of the world, it showcases an amazingly preserved 17th century ship, complete with 6 levels for your viewing. This battleship was built to demonstrate Sweden's might, however, it ironically sank upon launch. This museum is the best in the country and gives you a lot of historical context about the ship and empire at the time. This is a must-see attraction. Adult admission is 130 Swedish kronor. Visit the Stockholm archipelago. It's worth spending a little money to take a boat from Stockholm to the different islands and experience just what they're about. During the summer, they become big attractions for locals as they boat on the water and spend nights on the tiny islands in the area. Be sure to get out of the city and see some of this more local region. Stroll along Haga in Gothenburg. It's worth a day's trip just to walk along the cobblestone pedestrian streets and window shop in one of the oldest neighborhoods in the area. You'll find plenty of cafes here, some of which sell cinnamon buns as big as your face. They also have some wonderfully quaint restaurants, so stop at one of the many when you get hungry for lunch. Just be aware you'll find cheaper food elsewhere. Explore Stockholm. There is so much history in Stockholm that if you stay less than 3 days here, you'll leave feeling like you missed out. From the museums to nightlife, there's no time to get bored. It's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen, rivaling the best capitals of Europe. From picturesque harbors to the charming lanes of Old Town, Stockholm is a city to soak in. Once you visit, you'll begin to understand that the Swedes knew how to build long before IKEA came around. Brave the cold in Lapland. Located to the far north is the tundra-like landscape in Sweden known as the Lapland. This is where the Sami, Sweden's indigenous people, continue to make their home in the snowy cold, and where you can see reindeer, do some great skiing, and experience the great Arctic North. In the winter it's a great place for a colorful northern lights viewing. Partake in fika. Like tea time in the UK, fika is Sweden's way of slowing down. Coffee, conversation, and a few baked goods are an important part of the social fabric in Sweden, allowing friends and colleagues to take a break from the day-to-day and just relax. You don't invite someone out for coffee in Sweden, you invite them to fika. Stay in the Ice Hotel. Located up north, the Ice Hotel is a hotel built during the winter months out of, you guessed it, ice. You stay in an essentially giant igloo. There's an ice bar, ice dining room, and an ice bed, with big fur blankets. Be prepared to pay the price for a unique stay like this, as nights cost 10,000 Swedish kronor, and that's just for a basic ice room. The hotel is also open for tours during the day, allowing visitors to explore the impressive construction and design. Tours cost 175 Swedish kronor and are in English. Visit Gotland. This island is a popular place to visit when the weather is nice, and it's where most Swedes spend their summer. Week 29, out of the 52-week year, is the most popular and crowded week when all the kids come down to party up a storm, so if you're looking to avoid that, skip that week. The main town, Visby, is a medieval walled city that is incredibly beautiful. It's like walking through the 1400s. The island is home to numerous Viking relics, and there's a cool hostel and an old prison too. Catch the Midsummer Festival. Swedes celebrate the summer solstice with a giant party. It's not warm and light often here, and they make the most of it by dancing around a maypole, eating, drinking, and enjoying nature. Every municipality around the country will organize events, so be sure to find some Swedes who can show you around. Many locals will also host their own. This is the biggest party day of the year. Explore the Bohuslän coast. This beautiful coast has been smoothed and carved out by glaciers. Taking a boat trip here is a great way to see Scandinavian fjords without having to visit Sweden's expensive neighbor, Norway. There is also a UNESCO rock carving site over in Tanumshede too. Ski. Scandinavians love their winter sports, understandably so because it's cold most of the year. One of the most popular ski resorts in the region is Åre, which lies 80 kilometers from Östersund. The highest peak at the resort is over 1,400 meters. Daily trains run to the area from Stockholm. Lift tickets are generally between 300 to 400, and vary for each location. Kickback in Uppsala. This university town is one of the most popular study abroad locations in Northern Europe, and it's got a great student life. The city also features a castle, museums, and numerous gardens. This is also one of the most budget-friendly places in the country thanks to all the students there. Celebrate Valborg Day, held on April 30th. This annual Swedish festival serves to welcome spring. It's characterized by huge bonfires, and even bigger parties, and is a tradition dating back to the Middle Ages. Municipalities will often organize events, including the massive bonfires, though many locals will also host their own parties. Be sure to ask around to take part. I was lucky enough to be there for it one year and it was an amazing experience.